shots that the guy that got Ramon Sessions
Yeah.
that can't put down.
The Lakers made a mistake, and I know they're itching. The Lakers are itching to get a point guard. They wanted Chris Paul so bad.
I think they were robbed. Don't get me started on it. They were robbed of that trade.
Yeah,
I'm just not gonna let it because.
That was ugly. That was very, very, very ugly.
Robbed. Okay.
But they need to draft a point guard or something because when is the last time the Lakers have had a point guard go after Derek Fisher? Who have they had?
I mean, before Derek Fisher, was it Ron Harper?
Wow.
Before Derek Fisher, it was Ron Harper.
We're talking last century. Bro.
And they go with the old guys. If that's the case, they might as well go get Chauncey once he gets healthy. If that's because I love Chauncey. He's one of my favorites, but he's old.
Wait a minute. We got to slow our roll, man. We got to start giving last names too, man.
Chauncey Billups. I'm sorry.
Chauncey
Billups. Right.
We got to slow our roll here.
I'm glad you brought that up, Lou.
We need to clarify.
See, we a team out there. We work together. I forgot totally about that element. You are right. Chauncey Billups,
who used
currently
to play for the Clippers and the Pistons
and the Nuggets. Chauncey Maurice Billups. I don't know. It just felt good. It just felt
He used
good.
to play for the Detroit Pistons.
And they won the title.
Okay. Sorry, Wolf.
Yeah, so we digressed. Like we were saying.
So who do y'all have as the victor of the series? I know you said you got the Thunder. You said the Thunder in 7, right?
No, I said the Heat.
Oh, Heat. My fault. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
The Heat in 7.
Don't misinterpret LeBron. I'm sorry. He didn't mean it. He didn't mean it. I've been on the bandwagon.
What about you? What about you?
I'm going for the Thunder. I'm going for the Thunder. I'm going for the young guys.
Yeah.
I think they're young legs. I think that Chalmers and Haslam and Battier.
So yeah, like I said, I'll go ahead and I'll take the Miami Heat in 7.
Heat in 7. I'm going Thunder in 6.
Thunder in 6.
I'll say Thunder in 7. I think that if they rebound and they handle Wade the way I think they will, I think they have Cephalosha can handle Wade on his own. I don't think Miami has any answer for it. Let LeBron get 50 for all they care. You know, if he can keep Wade under 20. Other than that, Bosh, it's going to be dependent on Bosh, and I don't think Bosh is going to score 40 points a game. So I mean, I think the Thunder have to out rebound the Heat.
Now, finally, before we get off the whole Heat, the whole finals thing, what do y'all think about the coaches in this series? Do you think coaching will be a big factor in this series?
If it comes down to coaching, the Heat are gonna lose. I mean, okay, here's the thing. I understand that Eric Spoelstra is supposed to be this great mind, but my problem is I don't think he commands the huddle. I don't think Eric Spoelstra commands respect. I think he allows the players to do what they want because there's certain points in the game to where, and they try to cover it up well, but I can see it. The players don't respond to Spoelstra.
Well, I look at the way they break down plays. Like I looked at the Celtics Heat series. At the end of games, like out of timeouts, Doc Rivers is one of the best coaches in the NBA. He's making plays where their guys are going to score.
Yeah.
At the end of games where Eric Spoelstra had what 20 some odd seconds.
Yeah.
In what game 6? I'm sorry, game 5, game 6.
Mm-hmm.
And he couldn't get it done.
Yeah.
Where he had an isolation play. You got to set up a play there, sir.
Yeah.
That's coaching.
Yeah.
All right, you can't expect LeBron James to get the ball and make a play out of nothing.
Yeah.
You got to set him up.
I really feel like Spoelstra is a puppet. I feel like after every game and before every game, he's sitting down with Pat Riley, and Riley's pretty much telling him like he might even have an earpiece. He might even have an earpiece in the ear like Spoelstra. What are you doing? Take out LeBron, give him a break. You know, I just feel like Riley is coaching from the stands because you know they always show him sitting in the stands, chilled out. But I just don't think for what the Heat need, they need a stronger coach. Period.
Well, I said the same thing about the Lakers. All right. I mean, look at the coach that these teams have had. These aren't guys who you come out and you say these guys demand respect. These guys are juggernauts of their profession.
Yeah.
You know, like Mike. No offense to these guys. You know, I'm not a coach. I'm not anybody like that.
Mm-hmm.
But what I see, you know, I see what I see,
yeah.
and I see Scott Brooks making great decisions
Yeah.
All right, and then I see Scott Brooks has made questionable decisions before,
Right.
but not as many as Eric Spoelstra has with the talent he has.
I would rather have a Scott Brooks. And when, like I said, from a coaching standpoint, I think Brooks has the edge because he's willing to try things. He's willing to make a mistake and be like, you know what? I made a mistake. I tried it though. Spoelstra, he two steps. I hate to hear him in press conferences. Well, we just try to do some things, and his answers are never clear cut.
Right. He says everything right. It's kind of like the Tim Tebow thing. He does everything right. It's just like
he's a company man.
I don't like that. I don't like that.
You say everything right.
He's a puppet. He's a puppet, like you said.
I need a coach that's going. I want to see a timeout. I don't want to see D-Wade getting cussed out.
Well, then you don't want Pat Riley running this.
You want Greg Popovich.
I want to see it. I want to see him like, yo, what you
because
doing?
Pat Riley is always going to be a coach. He's always going to be the coach of this team.
Yeah.
As long as he runs this organization, he will always be the coach of this organization. Even though he's not sitting on the sidelines,
right?
He will always be the coach of this organization, and he's never going to have anybody that's going to usurp his authority.
If the Heat win like I want them to, it has to be the players. It has to be D-Wade. It has to be LeBron. It has to be Haslam. It has to be Chris Bosh. Because, don't forget, Haslam has a ring. He was around with the D-Wade era.
Let's be real. Let's stop all this. Because the Heat, people are talking about the Heat got a ring before, Wade got a ring before. That was not
Shaq.
Wade's ring. That was Shaq's ring. Yeah. Let's be real. Shaq won that.
Wade had some good runs.
He had some good runs, but let's be real. If Shaq wasn't in that center position,
no, you're right.
Dominating.
You're right.
All right, he was still the best player in the NBA at that point.
I mean, come on, it's Shaq.
He was still the best player in the NBA,
yeah, he was
no
still
doubt.
Shaq.
He was still Shaq then. Like who did you have to combat that?
That's Shaquille O'Neal.
Shaquille O'Neal.
The big Aristotle.
The big Aristotle. Yeah, man, so that's what it is. We got to keep moving on because we're doing good. We're at about 37 minutes, so, we're going to go another 10 and wrap it up.
So we can roll into boxing real quick.
Boxing.
Because we had a bit of an incident this week.
My whole thing is, who cares? Nobody watches boxing anymore. Nobody watches boxing.
Somebody was paying for that pay-per-view.
So we have Tim Bradley versus
Timothy Bradley.
Who?
Timothy Bradley.
Mrs. Bradley's son.
Miss Bradley's son. Them Bradley boys,
Bradley boys.
Oh yeah, right.
Them
dudes.
They stay down on the corner.
Yeah. No, I don't.
His son weed.
Versus Manny Pacquiao.
I know that guy.
The Pac-Man.
Pac-Man.
The guy who's supposed to take down Money Mayweather, which I think is some bull, because I'm a Mayweather fan.
The guy who hates gay people, right?
Yeah. Mayweather's from Michigan, just for y'all that don't know. He's from Grand Rapids. So I'm going to always be diehard Mayweather. But yeah, it was a very controversial fight. Pac-Man lost.
What?
He lost.
To who?
To this Bradley character.
Timothy Bradley.
It was a decision. I believe they had the fight scored 115 to 113. And they had... Two judges had the same score, and then the third judge was 115-113 for Pacquiao, but 2-1.
Two of the judges were over 70 years of age.
Yeah, they probably were asleep. And they just woke up and seen the last punch, like, oh,
okay.
He won.
Now, these judges, who are these judges?
Well, one of them was a female that I understand had no business being judging anything, including the Miss America pageant.
Okay. We talk about boxing here. No offense to the females of the world, but let's be honest.
Mm-hmm.
Unless you have been into the sport of boxing or you have experience with the sport of boxing,
right,
you have no business judging these fights.
Mm-hmm. It all comes back to the money. And just to let you guys know, Tim Bradley and Manny Pacquiao are managed by the same guy.
Bob Arum.
Big surprise.
Big Bob. And as Lou alluded to earlier, they were promoting the rematch before the fight. Luke, weigh in on that, Luke. Give us some.
Yeah, I have a big problem with that when Timothy Bradley comes out with a big oversized ticket promoting the rematch before the match, the first fight, promoting the second fight. And my whole idea of boxing, which is why I don't watch boxing any longer, me being old school, as people say, I believe that boxing has deteriorated to the point where one match is really 3 matches.
Uh-huh.
The idea is to have one match where the favorite loses, the underdog wins, the second, thereby setting up the second match, and then the favorite wins, thereby setting up the third match.
Yeah.
So we have 3 paydays rather than just one. And conspiracy theories, whatever, however you want to put it, these matches are fixed, quite frankly.
So you do think they're fixed?
Oh, I know they are.
And you know, Aaron was saying that he wanted a full investigation by the Nevada Boxing Commission.
Yes.
And
which isn't going to happen.
Yeah, the Boxing Commission already said there's nothing to
There's
investigate.
nothing to investigate because everybody's getting paid.
It's a good PR move.
Everybody's been paid.
It's a good PR move.
So, and everybody's going to get paid the next match and the next match. And so, there's nothing to investigate.
So would you buy a pay-per-view fight of Timothy Bradley and Pacquiao rematch?
Never have, never will.
I mean, I saw the fight. I saw clips. I didn't see the whole fight. I saw clips of the fight. You know, I seen some key moments or what they call key moments in the fight. All right, but to be real, to be honest, people hype up Pacquiao so much. I don't know who Timothy Bradley is. I've never seen him.
He's the new Buster Douglas.
Well, I'm saying, if he's this guy that I've never heard of, and we talk about Manny Pacquiao, Pac-Man,
right,
the one and only, the king of boxing.
Yes, sir.
Why the fuck didn't he knock him out?
Well, quite frankly, who else are they going to promote in boxing? Who else is there? There's no one in the heavyweight division. There's no one in the light heavyweight division. There's no one in the welterweight division.
They out getting contracts with other sports.
Was Oscar De La Hoya gonna come back?
They're all playing football. Man. They're all playing football because, frankly, Muhammad Ali at 6'3", 220, he'd be a wide receiver.
Oh, yeah. He'd have put Justin Blackman to shame. He'd have been a Jaguar right now. They need receivers.
Sniffing cocaine.
Man, boxing to me, you know, I'm a 20-year-old man.
Right.
I haven't taken boxing seriously.
We need to put you in the ring.
Since Mike Tyson.
How tall are you, Vinny?
I'm 6 foot, man. I'm 6 foot.
Oh, yeah.
I'm heavyweight, right? I'm a heavyweight division now.
Are you heavyweight?
I mean, I'm 230, too.
Yeah.
235.
Yeah, you heavyweight. You might be light heavyweight, yeah. We put some muscle on you, why not?
But I mean, is it come to that where me, I've never boxed a day in my life.
Yeah.
They'll take you happily.
You know?
They'll happily have you.
It's sad, man. I'm looking at.
And that's pretty much what the boxing profession is right now. It's a sad situation.
Yeah.
And I mean, my feeling is that all the athletes that would have been boxers are playing football.
Yep.
And they're playing basketball. And if you have a concern in football about concussions,
oh yeah,
all you need to do is listen to Tommy Hearns speak and listen to Evander Holyfield speak.
Yeah.
All you have to do is hear them
But
speak.
he does have a nice house.
Oh, great house.
Look at
He
Muhammad
doesn't
Ali.
know which room is which, but
Look at Muhammad Ali now. Look at the problems he had.
Yeah.
all you have to do. That's all you have to do.
Only one you ever seen much stuff out of is George, and I think he just eats his way into good health.
Hey, Mike
Cause
Tyson
George
is
still
crazy.
slanging them grills. He's still slanging them. If nothing else.
It's $37.98 and at the world's greatest retailer.
So what you say? Go ahead, man. What you about to say?
Hey, don't hate on the George Foreman grill, man.
Oh no, they're in college
That
dormitories everywhere.
A lean, mean grilling machine.
That's the best oven to have in your dorm. The best one to have. Now let's wrap this thing up. Give me your take on what's going on in baseball, fellas. I haven't been keeping up.
Shout out to my Mets. You know, the Mets, they're trying to keep up with the Nationals. Nationals are playing, Washington Nationals, playing great baseball.
That sucked. They can't beat the Yankees.
Ha ha, yes. I love it.
But baseball right now, it's mid. We're not even midway through the season. We're still in the early part.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? We're not gonna.
Right, and I think that's why I haven't been watching.
There's nothing really to talk about except you have
The Mariners had a no-hitter with 18 pitchers pitching in.
He had a 6-pitcher no-hitter. 6-pitcher no-hitter, folks. Okay. Shout out to the Mariners.
None of which we know their names.
The Mariners.
Shots fired, baby. Yeah, I haven't been keeping up with my Braves or my Tigers. I just know they keep going between first, second in their division. it's just pretty much like this all season long.
Well, the big